My dearest readers, there should be much celebration when receiving an invitation to a ball at the Schwartz residence. But we cannot find it in ourselves to revel in frivolity, given the cause for the celebration. It seems as though this ball is to announce the engagement of Lady Amalia Schwartz to one Lord George Parker. One cannot possibly believe that the lady would deign to spend the rest of her life with someone as uncouth as young Lord George. By all accounts, it seems as though there is a lovely little songbird locked in a birdcage, as Lady Amalia Schwartz has not been seen in public since the previous ball. Perhaps she is being coerced into such an arrangement. Speculation has been given that Lady Amalia was one of the salacious attendees of the secret wedding in the forest, where Lady Mercedes denied her title in the name of love. If such a rumour is true, the absence from society is not shocking. The last thing the Schwartz legacy would like is a scandal involving their two bright young things. Though Lord Benjamin seems to be holding his own and preserving the family reputation. He was seen calling upon Lady Isabella Parker, with whispers of a proposal on the wind. Any other suitors for Miss Parker will need to find ways to compete against a dashing war hero like Lord Schwartz. Some say that the two were even spotted promenading through a rather sordid location in the Ton, the local boxing ring. As unsuitable for a lady to attend as the boxing matches are, it can at least be tolerated when escorted by a handsome gentleman. Some say that Duke Macartney also attended, focusing on the young Miss Willa O'Bryant on his arm rather than the matches themselves. Several familiar boxers entered the ring, with fledgling fighters as well. This shook up several matches and, judging by the way, one Lord George lost himself and his wallet to gambling and drink. The Eastern principle of karma may be falling into place soon, as a marriage between George and Amalia would result in the destruction of the good Schwartz name. Only time will tell if the upcoming ball will truly be an announcement of engagement, or if the theme will take an about-face. Dear readers, I greatly encourage you to remember the most important principles of the season. Firstly, never lose sight of your goals. And secondly, keep your dance card open. Yours, so lovingly, The Beacon.
What are you guys wearing to the ball?
Ooh.
It's the night of the Schwartz ball.
Ooh. Willa is going for one of the nicer dresses because it's the Schwartz manor, so everyone's more decked to the nines, and upon her mother's insistence as well. It's more of like a light blue silk with like embroidered like beads and like little crystals in there. It's like little bird motifs like along the edges of the dress, and it shows like feathers and stuff like that. Very like kind of paying homage to Willa's OG magical girl form with like all the feathers and like the blue and the sparkles and stuff. It's a really
Fucking food.
So that's the situation, and it's a slightly longer train because again, fancier dress, fancier party. So like, and her hair's all done up, and there's like little pearls, just like bits and dots in her hair and stuff. So it's the nicest that she's been besides going and presenting herself to the queen, but it's not super fancy, but it's respectable in this scenario. Yeah.
I feel like Izzy, you know how like you can have like almost like a mesh sheer overlay or something?
You got the tool going?
Yes, so there is tool going. The underside of it, I would say, has probably a light purple base is what she would go for. And then on top would be kind of a white, almost like sheerish mesh, but it's like little daisies embroidered like all throughout it, and also with daisies woven into her hair by Kumiko. But it's a very respectful dress, but also in the sense a pointed message that could easily be construed of like, oh no, this is because of the engagement. I thought it was such a perfect time to wear it. but it is also more so of saying something, trying to say something to Daisy.
Fucking
Um,
fantastic.
I love it. Beautiful.
I'm so delighted.
Chef kiss.
Oh, do you arrive together in the same carriage?
Yes? Feel like
Yes.
we should?
yes, why not?
So you were sharing a carriage. Stanley's driving, and you're going along, and it is the two of you and both of your mothers. Your fathers are finding their own way there.
It's funny, they're the ones that have to find the parking, but they drop off everyone off first at the front of the venue, and then they have to go in circles to find
There's no valet.
They have to try to run ahead to try and find wherever they parked because they can't remember
Valet.
and everyone's just waiting.
Hey! But you are you enter into this very exquisite like front hall. Like you are dropped right off into the building, and the Schwartz Manor is decadent. It is incredible. And as you come in, you see there are performers, contortionists all about. You see that this place is gilded in gold and, sparkles and, gorgeous white fabric, hanging down, the most pristine that you've ever seen. There's swans all over. There's feathers all over. It is a menagerie of excess. And folks are rather intrigued with like the contortionists, the goings on, and Willa, your mother, kind of like nudges you and goes, "You stick by Isabella. I'm working tonight.
Oh, of course.
We paint in the corner, but I've taken an apprentice. He'll be shadowing."
Is it Mr. Dirk Jensen Jr., perchance?
Introduced to you the other night. Was it him?
She smiles and she goes, "Rather awkward little gentleman."
Oh, Lady Charlotte, you did.
Yay!
So he will be doing his very best. So I will not be able to accompany you ladies, but I am certain you will use this night wisely. She kind of looks at the two of you and is like,
I'm crossing my toes underneath my shoes.
She goes, "Don't get into too much trouble, and if you would like a portrait, you're always welcome."
Okay.
And you see your mother like has her paint supplies with her and goes off to the corner where you do see a rather awkward looking little man in a waistcoat standing, just like waiting.
He's like, "I haven't done this before. What do I expect?"
He's just sweating so much.
He's a very sweaty little man.
He has like 3 handkerchiefs.
I can imagine he's wearing like an overcoat that's like a 2.5 sizes too big, and so he just looks very frumpy, but he's trying his best.
Trying his very best.
Lord Dirk Jensen Sr., why would you ever let him out of the house like that? Why?
He's a growing boy. He'll grow into it.
Boy, he's figuring it out.
Meanwhile, the seamstress is like, "Lord Jensen, this isn't exactly how this works." "Oh, no, I know my boy. He'll grow into it, I'm sure. Be fine.
He'll be
Look at me."
But there are several folks around, like out and about it. The usual suspects. You see Lene over the side. She is wearing white, as if to try to take the spotlight at this event.
Okay. Gonna try to ignore her.
You see many folks are dressed very, very well, and towards the back of the ballroom there is, full strings, full band essentially. And you see the Schwartz parents, Lord and Lady, holding, arm in arm, looking rather austere, and Benny is at their side. And he is a little pale.
Where's Daisy at?
You don't see her.
Do I see Sam?
You see
Daisy's
Sam
attendant.
holding a tray of hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
Sam is a servant in this house.
Sam is a servant in this house, and is
working
Daisy's
tonight.
servant. Sam was working tonight.
No.
Just like Lady Charlotte. But Izzy, seeing the paleness of Benny's features and knowing getting close to Benny at this moment might be a little tricky to pull off, grabs hold of Willa and just like manhandles her towards Sam and the little hors d'oeuvre tray.
Okay, where are we going?
We need to do a little reconnaissance because Daisy is nowhere to be seen and Benny looks pale as a ghost.
All right. Okay, fair.
And I don't want to go near his parents right now because they scare me.
Agreed, they do. This is my first time seeing them, actually. They look kind of
No, they look like they can just judge you from like
They look
sneeze.
they look like they're made out of marble and not in the good way.
Roll to thwart peril real quick.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, out of nowhere?
A 6?
4.
Yeah.
Because my thwart peril rolls can't be mental rolls at this point in time.
You are heading over. Oh, Nicole did grant you a reroll, so I will allow it.
Oh my god. But we have to use the second
Nicole
one.
is the queen. We love Nicole.
It's still a 6. Damn.
No! Ah! Delicious. Thank you. You, Willa, you are being manhandled by Izzy and kind of beelining it towards Sam. And Willa, you don't notice that as you are passing by Lene, she sticks a foot out to trip you.
Oh, great.
You start to go tumbling, and Izzy, you start to follow until you feel two very strong hands catch just you. And Lord Absalom Trench is holding you by the shoulders, and he goes, "Do be careful, young lady. It is good to see you, though, Miss Parker."
Lord Absalom for the so gallant rescue on my behalf. Oh, Willa. And Izzy immediately goes down to help up Willa.
You did take a tumble, Miss O'Bryant.
I assure you it was not from our lack of grace, as Izzy kind of gives a little side-eye look to Lene.
I look at Lene and I tell her, "My Miss Lene, seems like your shoes are awfully big today."
Why, Miss O'Bryant, it seems as though you're as ungainly as a little gosling, my dear. Maybe you should pluck some of those feathers,
Willa,
Actually, Miss O'Bryant, would you like to promenade with me for a moment? I'd like to have a word with you.
no thank you.
Are actually on our way to powder our noses. The carriage ride did such a terrible number.
Indeed. Let's go grab a finger
Darling, would you think that powdering your nose will do anything?
What? I shall say it
Sorry,
clearly and
should I
outright
say-
then.
Should I say that we need to use the chamber pots? Is that a little bit better for you?
I mean, you're rather disgusting anyway, so it makes sense.
At least I'm not the one wearing white to someone else's engagement party. There's really nothing you can say to that now,
I
can you,
mean,
Lene?
we've all read The Beacon, haven't we? Unless you two can't read?
I'm holding on to Izzy so tight right now because I really want to punch her so bad.
And she kind of like tosses her hair back and is like,
This certainly won't be an engagement party for Miss Amalia. I mean, she's nowhere to be seen anyways. And it's not like she's going to make an appearance. Who's going to saddle her with a drunkard like George? No.
You? Are you planning to take her place and marry good old George? You were still keen on him earlier.
You deserve each other.
she like flattens, like kind of adjusts her bosoms and is like,
No. See, I'm going to be so dazzling and I'm going to dance with Duke McCartney all night and he's going to fall so in love with me. It'll be just fantastic. And you can suffer. Bye.
and she tittles off.
And have a response to that, even if she hadn't left.
How badly does red wine stay on that? Is that silk charmeuse? Can't tell.
I'm sure
It
that was
seems to be actually a cotton blend.
Lord Absalom Trench says. Because he's still there.
Oh my.
well. We still do need to use to be excused, but well, if wine finds its way onto her dress, all the better. Thank you again, Lord Absalom, for the
Excuse
gallant
us.
rescue. Excuse us,
My
thank you, yes.
pleasure. But Miss Parker,
She is like halfway out. Yes.
mind I have a dance with you later tonight?
I am afraid that my dance card is spoken for. So I do
May I
have to
see your
decline.
dance card?
That is very impolite to ask.
He smiles
Okay.
and goes, "Do forgive me. Some time at sea may have dulled some of my better manners, but I do not mean to be desperate, but I would like to spend some time with you tonight."
Random summon Daisy with the where'd you come from roll. Just so you know.
As he says that, there are like the way that this ballroom is set, there is the ballroom, and then there's like banisters and like columns that go up to like a second level mezzanine where there's like a balcony where people can go up if they're tired of dancing and watch the proceedings. And Izzy, you don't need to roll for this at all because you catch movement and you see that Daisy is up there in the shadows. And like you see that she is not dressed for a party. She actually looks a little like haggard. And she is looking down and she catches your eye. And you see her like dip back away into the shadows.
On the way to the restroom, in case Absalom is still watching, I would like to either A, clock how to get up there, or B, catch Sam and get them to take me up there.
I will roll me a luck check. Roll me a luck check.
5.
Okay. You do catch Sam and they turn to you and they go,
"Hi. This is a smoked salmon. It has capers, and there's a little bit of a lemon vinaigrette."
Sam,
"How do you know my name?"
I met you once before. Keep up. You're the one that likes beetles.
Oh,
Your
my
mistress is
apologies,
currently
Miss
upstairs.
Parker. Yes, I've heard
Your
about
mistress-
you.
Yes. Oh. Lovely. Of course you should have. Anyways, your mistress is not dressed for this occasion, and she is currently up on the mezzanine. I would like to speak with her. Can you take me there?
I do so apologize, Miss Parker, but
I will eat every single hors d'oeuvre on your table until it is clean. You have to return to the kitchens anyways.
Lady Amalia is not feeling well.
Oh, no, she is.
She
She was just speaking up on the mezzanine.
he glances around and is like, "They fear it's the consumption, ma'am. I've been told to only leave her food like right inside her door and not to enter, and her brother has not been able to see her for fear of contamination, and
Yesterday, she was not under
She was
consumption
not consumed with anything.
up until those times, and you saw no symptoms whatsoever. Am I right? She's not under.
Sam's like looking around and is like,
please just take the hors d'oeuvres. I can't say anything."
I'll take a sandwich just to like so we don't look inconspicuous. I'll just take one.
Can I bribe him? Them? Can I?
you
bribe
gotta
them?
roll to convince someone. It's okay. This is Regency Era. Sam's pronouns are he, they.
Shoot. What's my convince someone?
Emotional.
Emotional, please.
I know.
Ah!
6.
Sam
Like looks and is like, "I really do apologize, but I cannot be talking anymore about this. Please have as much as you'd like. I'm going to go get more."
you just don't head over by the stairs that way. It's forbidden.
Duly noted. Thank you.
We will avoid.
Yes, we will avoid that. Thank you.
They look very flustered and are like,
The salmon is very lemony.
yes, indeed. I could get you something else. They lean in really close and go,
"I really don't want to lose my job, please."
No, you're fine. I'm very understandable, and we will avoid all the things that you told us to avoid. Absolutely.
nods and heads off.
You should head back to the kitchen. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Um,
I mean, I'm going to go. If you want to stay, you are more than welcome to. But
I just want to do a quick like gloss over the area. Is there like some special boys that are probably here in attendance before I go?
Excellent.
Yeah, I figured.
Use that brain.
8.
The music hasn't like started in full. Like it is not time for dancing.
Okay.
But you do see that Caleb is standing like in the ballroom, and he is standing talking to Josh. And you see that Josh is dressed very nicely, but you also see that he has a few bruises and scrapes on him. And you see that Caleb is like very smiley, but like you almost see like kind of like anime tension between them, like a little crackle of lightning as they're talking together.
Interesting. All right. Well, they're entertaining themselves. I'll be with Izzy until otherwise.
Or if we want to ensure that their engagement gets dissolved, you can talk to Benny.
You want
You can
me?
dance with him.
You want me to talk to Benny, who is 5 feet away from his statue parents?
At him and wave your dance card in a suggestive way. I don't know.
A suggestive way.
Hey, boy.
Hey, Cookie. Fine. Well, if the second I see any trouble up on the mezzanine, I'm coming for you.
That is perfectly acceptable. Absolutely. But if we want to make sure that Daisy is not going to be engaged to my drunk gambling of a cousin, then we need to see what Benny knows.
Okay, fine.
Or if general consensus is that this is not going to happen, because currently we're at the party for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. It's like
A few folks cartwheel by you, and you see that there is a lot of pomp and circumstance.
Happen. Yeah, this is a lot of party for something that's not going to happen, Willa.
okay, fine. Go talk to Daisy.
I owe you one. I will fence without complaining next time. Okay? No complaints. At all.
Fine.
0.
Fine.
Okay.
I like handshake. I'll go over to Benny, not walk straight up to him because his parents also scare me, but I like try to make eye contact, and I just like I say hi with my fan language, and it also shows off like the dance card like on my wrist, like, hey, do you want to come dance with me real quick?
Oh, yeah. Pardon me, mother and father. I do believe that I would like to entertain this opportunity.
And you see Lucinda and Obadiah look at you. Obadiah kind of like squints, and Lucinda turns up her nose a little bit and like looks away. And Benny holds out an arm.
All
goes,
right.
Miss O'Bryant, what a wonderful time to see you.
Lord Benward. It's not a name, but here we are. I take his hand and we dance.
Yep, he holds you up in dance frame, and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Just wanted to Izzy right now spotted your sister up on the mezzanine, is now going to go check on her well-being. Just wanted to check in with you for...
So we need to run distraction.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Also, what's the status of her and George, just to understand the situation going on? Has the news reached your parents, perchance?
He scoffs and he goes,
Miss O'Bryant, why do you think there's so much going on at this party tonight?
Oh!
Bread and circuses are often made to distract from tragedy.
Indeed.
Besides, my parents have spun this lovely yarn about my dear sister having the consumption, so it's going to be a miracle when she makes a recovery after whatever her prison sentence is.
Have you been able
to hear whoever they try to set her up with next, though?
Do you know who could possibly?
I don't have the faintest.
You don't suppose it could maybe be Lord Absalom? Maybe?
He's so old.
Yes, I know. That's the problem. Like, at this point, I feel like your parents are absolutely dying to just get rid of her. So, to any other eligible bachelor in the ton. So,
it would be problematic because he is technically supposed to be my war hero best friend.
That's awkward.
and he spins you around and he goes,
Enough about our drama, though. What is this with you, Duke McCartney?
There is nothing with me and Duke McCartney. What do you mean?
My dear, word spreads the ton very, very quickly. And I mean, you were promenading with him at the boxing ring. That says something.
Does it though? Does it really?
I mean, he's adorable by all sense of the word, but
It's also a little unsettling, don't you agree?
I
certainly wouldn't want to be on a hunting trip with him, if you understand what I mean.
He doesn't seem that dangerous.
Then he finishes the dance and gives you a kiss on the forehead and is like,
That's because you're seeing his good side.
thanks for the dance.
Well, I was like, wait a minute, I need to know more. but she can't chase after him because that's so uncouth.
He's so
This is how he is a freaking rake.
Yeah, right.
He just like gives them the juicy gossip, the good details, and then just like leaves.
He's an edgelord. He just edges you and then he walks away.
He's a tease. He's a cat.
He's a cat.
That's a baby boy. He's Benny Schwartz.
Well,
Izzy,
all right.
roll me a thwart peril as you go towards the stairs.
God, all right.
Is Lene by the stairs again? 7.
You
Didn't fail.
you make it to the stairs, and the only person who kind of notices you going that way is Charlotte, as she is like setting up her paint station, and like she kind of looks over and like gives you a look. It's like, you good? Like everything okay?
Izzy gives a very like small little thumbs up back, and tries to scurry up the stairs.
Yep. You scurry, and there's a few like of the older folks like heading around there. Like you see some of the older couples of the Ton that like their dancing days are behind them. They just want to sit and get a party. Like that's all they want to do. And so they found themselves the comfy chairs and the mezzanine. They found themselves watching the young kids do the courting thing. Like, and they're, kind of like looking at you like, what are you doing up here?
More curious how Daisy went all the way up onto the mezzanine if all these couples are up here.
It's like
Cavorting
along
on
the pathway that
couches.
you're on. Like it was
Mm.
essentially behind her parents is where you saw her. Was that part of the mezzanine where there's lots of like curtains that go back into the building.
Always be so well suspicious. Izzy just kind of like politely like nods and does not make any small talk until she gets to where she assumes Daisy had been when she had seen her from below.
You head over there, and I need you to glimpse the truth.
Thank God that this is mental. 10.
You like kind of creep in, and there is like a small like staging area behind these curtains, and then it goes off into a hallway. And at the end of the hallway is a very big window. You see that like the sunset is kind of pouring in, and it is haloing around Daisy, who is in her night clothes. Her hair is down. She is a little tousled, and from the light that you see, you do see that there seems to be a whiplash across her back, like going from her neck down. And she turns and looks at you. And her face kind of falls, and she goes, "You can't be here. Isabella, you can't be here."
Should not Izzy takes off whatever shawl she came in and like drapes it around her. Where is your room?
It is just a few corridors over. Isabella, you have to get back down there.
Here. I'm already here, and whatever trouble may come, will come. Benny is aware that I'm up here, so if anything, he can run distraction.
She kind of smirks at that, and she goes,
As annoying as your brother
"He's
is,
bearing a
does
very
this.
large load past few days."
Yes, but you know what? He has like an actor's stance about him. Really able to wear multiple hats and make men gamble all their money away. Did he tell you about that one? As Izzy kind of leads Daisy back into her room.
Daisy's like leaning against you, and you feel that she's a bit waifish, as if she's not been fed properly for the past past little bit.
Eating?
As much as is being allowed to me. Isabella,
You have to tell me what happened.
I have feared my parents for a very long time, and I have feared their ire for much longer after discovering a lot about myself. And it seems as though even the smallest of transgressions against them means the world to them. I'm incredibly thankful that this George character is such a cad that even my family can't burden themselves with him carrying on our name.
That might have been also me.
Daisy looks at you and goes, Isabella!
I was the one that asked, well, more so Taylor McCartney than your brother, but I needed a way to make sure you weren't going to marry a cat of my cousin.
What does Caleb McCartney have to do with it?
Well, he's currently wrapped around Willa's little finger, so somehow
Oh my.
a great big man putting in a bid and putting up his nose at another man makes the other man go bonkers. It's quite fun having a man spend their money.
Daisy
Though I
kind of
never
like
had them spend it like that. I think he lost his whole wallet.
Daisy's kind of just like, she stopped walking and she's just staring at you, like holding the shawl you gave her, like tightly around her like a little security blanket. And she's just like,
you mean to tell me that you somehow orchestrated George losing everything in the boxing match?
I did.
What sorceress are you, Isabella Parker?
We can talk about that a little bit later. Let's get you back into your room before I'm discovered. Let's keep going. But
Yes, of course.
part of trying to ruin George was not just for your benefit, partly my own, though I can't say that neither are true without the other anymore. But I can't see you marry someone like that. And I'd spoken to your brother about him marrying me, but then you would be the one that would be him. And you have to know that I've known that it was you in this entire time. I saw you guys changing when you were in the maze.
Daisy like stops at that and she goes, you knew.
Yeah, and I tried not to know because all I wanted was just someone to marry me so I could have a little cottage in the middle of nowhere and just be alone with just be alone and not have to maybe sire like one child so that the family name could continue, but I just didn't want that. And I thought Benny would be a great choice because he's rake. But then I saw you. And I will say Benny was the one that said, first off, that we would be married and you would be disguised as him. But then I told him, well, what's going to happen when you get married off and they discover that you have a different package down there? And I don't know what he really had to say to that.
Daisy,
But this
like, she just reaches out and takes your hand in hers.
But this is all me telling you that I'm not going to have you marry some unclothed rakish of a man if there is a way that we could have a lavender wedding.
She smiles at that and she goes,
I mean, spinsterdom wouldn't be too terrible.
You think your parents are going to get you to spinsterdom?
I mean, perhaps I can convince them that I really do have the consumption and fake my own death and we can run away to the hill.
and she kind of chuckles at that and she goes,
I would be
Benjamin would be
certainly an
so
acting job.
frustrated at
Oh, he would. There'd be no one to really alleviate any of your parents. I don't even know what to call it. Absurdity? Insanity?
It is not so much absurdity as it is dedication to their cause. The Schwartz name is all that they have and all that they have really cared about much of their lives together. Benjamin and I have been set up as these crown jewels since infancy. And you can see how well either of us took that. Isabella, I know you have aspirations of your own as well. And I certainly don't want you to lose out on anything. God, all I want to do is just have you. In the sense of two beings growing in the same garden. I want to watch you grow. I want to watch you thrive and flourish and become this great, beautiful thing, greater than you already are. And I just want to be there. And if you must marry a man that happens to be my brother, so be it. But I certainly won't be happy if there is any siring to be done. Would you wait here a moment? I do have something. One moment.
And she disappears into her bedroom. She returns, and her hands are clasped. And she kind of opens them, and you see that it is a very pretty little clamshell. And she opens it, and there is a tiny pearl inside. And she presses the pearl into your palm and like covers her hand in yours, and she goes, "It is no diamond. It is no sort of anything, but I found it while I was at sea, and I picked it up, even knowing that there would not be a man to satisfy me back home. I picked it up because I wanted, if the off chance someone were to be deserving of it, be deserving of my promise, I wanted such person to have it. It may mean nothing to you, Bella Parker, but it means everything, and I would like for you to know that." She like gives your hands a squeeze before like awkwardly taking her hands away.
Izzy makes a grab back of her hands. At the start of this season, I thought I was going to marry a man and have children with my parents and keep the family house, and I still want part of that. I still want to have my parents be comfortable. I still want my family name, but I can't have that and not have you. And Izzy gets up on her little toes, and she kisses Izzy.
Daisy kind of melts as she like wraps around you, and the kiss is quick. It's chaste, but Daisy holds you for much longer. You hear a like clink, 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 clink of glassware and silverware as the Schwartz start to make an announcement. And Daisy kind of like tenses, and she goes, You have to go down there. If they're making an announcement, you have to be down there. If you disappear, that's going to ruin your reputation, dear."
Hey, but we have to write, okay? Do you think, can I trust Sam to deliver you a more discreet letter?
She smiles and tucks some of your hair behind your ear and like holds your face, and she goes, "Sam would be more than trustworthy."
I will be sure to also send you some more food, hopefully, if I can.
Daisy kind of chuckles as her stomach gurgles, and she goes, "I'm sure my parents will get over this whole thing pretty soon. I mean,
recovery
they would like me to stay
consumption.
beautiful, wouldn't they?"
Well, if they had wanted that, they should have not put a whip to your skin. You're gonna have to tell me who did that later, by the way.
Daisy kind of like brings her hand up and like touches the still raw wound, and she's like, "It wasn't that bad."
Dad, then?
She kind of nods, and she goes,
He was very into horses as a young man.
Izzy has a different sort of smile about her as she squeezes Daisy's hands. There are many types of magic in this world, Daisy Amalia, and I am a very vengeful one. I'm finding out. And she gives her another quick little peck on the cheek and scurries off to go figure out whatever this fucking announcement is.
Daisy's hands kind of linger at her cheek, and she kind of looks away. Her face is beet red, and she's like, I'm in love with a sorceress. Okay. Stranger things have happened. And she kind of dips back into her bedroom, and you head back out onto the mezzanine as the Schwartz parents get up, and you see that Lucinda stands and goes, quite wonderful that you all could join us for such a beautiful and momentous occasion. Although we would love to be celebrating, it is, well, 'tis a bit of a blessing in disguise. When the good Lord closes a door, they say he opens. And our dear Lady Amalia has fallen quite ill recently. Well, her good father and I did not think anything of it. It seems as though it was an omen. You see, she fell quite ill just as the engagement that we should be celebrating tonight was put into. But there are powers that be that were certainly looking out for our dear Lady Amalia, and while such a beautiful songbird could not be shackled to a man such as that. Though she is not able to dance tonight, we do look forward to her hopefully speedy recovery, and perhaps she'll be able to promenade in the next scene again. In the meantime, though, we would invite all of you to enjoy the libations and the dancing and all of the wonderful performers we have. Give them a round of applause. And there's, tiny clapping. And Willa, as you're clapping, you hear clapping beside you, and Caleb goes, hello, my dear.
Yeah, sorry, you startled me.
Oh. Well, perhaps I shall announce myself a little bit better then.
Yes, please do.
Is your dance card free for the next song?
She looks at the one Benny Schwartz scribbled on her card. She's like, yeah, I have room.
He takes your wrist with your card, and you see that he writes in very big script across all the other lines his own name. He goes,
fucking Hancocked his way onto that one right there.
Yeah,
he did.
And he smiles and he pats it and goes, we should be good for the night then.
Oh.
I was having a lovely conversation with Lord Chase earlier.
I see that where is Josh in relation to me?
You see that Josh is over eating a little sandwich from Sam's refilled tray.
Mood. Willa glances over to Josh and she looks at his bruises again. She said, yeah, I noticed that he has quite a collections of bruising stuff. Is he okay?
He said he got into an accident at the stables. Seems a bit foolish of him, don't you agree?
Accident at the stables. Yeah, absolutely.
Caleb holds out a hand as the music starts.
I take his hand.
Mm-hmm. And he starts to dance and he goes,
you and Lord Chase are rather close, though. Are you not?
Considering lives directly across from me, in a matter of speaking, yes.
Intriguing. Were you not the kind of person you are, I would have thought that you would be trying to secure him as potential match. Or your parents would, at least, if you have lived beside the chases for so long.
To be honest, it never really crossed my mind with the whole courting season. I was too busy being a kid. Up until now, at least.
Caleb smiles and he goes,
If you could go back to that time, would you?
Parts of it, maybe. There's no responsibility or society's scrutiny just bearing down on you all the time. I would be able to get my dress dirty and it wouldn't be as bad.
he smiles and he goes,
I would have liked to have been a botanist. Had all of this not been... I find plants rather interesting.
I know you do.
he smiles and he goes,
Miss O'Bryant, if you were my wife, I would not mind if your dresses were dirty.
Willa! Oh my god. Willa, she's too stunned for that. She's like, oh, well, that's good to know. Yeah, that's
Does
it.
the idea settle well with you? The idea of being my wife?
I mentally trained myself into thinking, marriage won't happen at least until the 3rd season. And all of this is just happening so fast.
he smiles and he goes,
We can take it at whatever speed you'd like. I could wait for a few more seasons if you would prefer.
Oh, are you sure there won't be the next pretty little thing announced in the future seasons to come? They're not going to sweep you off your feet?
Caleb smiles and he goes,
My dear Miss O'Bryant, I have found all of these seasons rather dull until you arrived.
Is it because I'm the local horror girl that suddenly got into new money?
he kind of like blinks and he goes,
Do you think I'm that shallow?
That's what society thinks anyways.
he like, his hand on your back tightens and he like holds you a little bit closer and he goes,
Oh.
You are something special, Willa O'Bryant. I will not let society or any of the other ladies around here make you think otherwise. I do not make decisions like this on whim. When I want something, it is for good reason and good cause.
Do you usually get what you want?
he like lets go a little bit and goes,
I mean, I haven't lost yet. And I do believe that I will keep that streak going.
Bold of you to say that.
he smiles and he goes,
I like my odds.
and he gives you a kiss on the hand and he goes,
Do let Isabella know that I said hi. I
Will do.
appreciate your friendship. She's a good egg.
She is.
he
Hey.
smiles and goes,
Would you like something to drink or anything?
Sure. How about there's like something called pink lemonade over there in the table?
oh yes, I've heard it came from the West Indies.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. That would be lovely. And then while Caleb is going to get a drink, I kind of like scoot over to where Josh is to say hi.
Josh kind of looks over and like mouthful of sandwich and he goes, why did Caleb McCartney threaten my life just now?
What? Is that what happened? Is that sandwich any good?
It's okay, it's really lemony.
Gross.
Caleb McCartney asked what my intentions were with you.
What are your intentions with me, Josh?
He turns really red and he looks away and he goes,
Shouldn't you be schmoozing him some more? Isn't that your whole thing?
Frankly, I don't know anymore. She like leans a little closer in, like almost conspiracy, like while she's also grabbing another sandwich. She's like, also, how's your face?
it's fine. Nothing wrong with it, it's just my face.
No. Dum-dum, the bruises.
I mean, I was in a stable accident.
Josh.
Willa.
Yeah, so it wasn't like someone nearly punched your lights out.
Josh looks around kind of like hurriedly and yanks you onto the dance floor. You've got to be quiet about that.
I was being quiet about it. That's why I whisper.
You're so bad at whispering, Willa. Oh my god.
No. Now you're raising your voice at me.
Yes, you were just telling the entire time.
Try not to step on my feet, okay?
I'm stepping on your feet.
well, this is...
Roll me a physical check really quick.
Yeah, okay. Fucking 3! I rolled snake eyes! Holy shit!
Yeah, you step on his feet definitively as you say, I'm not stepping on your feet. And he kind of lurches forward in like almost an unsightly kind of way of very close. Like he uses you to catch him from falling over. And you feel how sturdy he is. For just a moment until he like scuttles back and like gets back into dance frame. He goes, listen, okay, my family is not doing that well and I need to make extra money on the side.
That's understandable.
If I'm gonna secure Susie a good dowry, I have to at least have something, okay? Our father's pissed away most of the fortunes. Gotta do something about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't go and tell anybody, okay? It's just...
Why would I tell anybody that?
I don't know. Maybe you and Courtney over there are in some kind of conspiracy to ruin my family name. I don't know what you guys talk about.
Josh, you're incredibly annoying, but not that annoying.
Gee, thanks.
You know what I mean. While we're dancing, I do like a little glance at where I left Caleb, kind of, and I look at Josh and I say, to be fair, Caleb did ask me how would I feel if I were to be his wife, and honestly, it caught me off guard, and I don't know, I've been thinking about it lately, and he's boring.
Josh's grip tightens on you and he goes, Willa, you don't have to marry anybody if you don't want to.
No, but it's because like all of society, probably my mother would probably most importantly be saying like, oh, he's a good match because of all the money and his good looks, and it's just, he's very pleasant, he's most agreeable, but he's too agreeable. He goes along with anything I say, and that's fine for the first part, but I like someone who talks back once in a while.
Josh is holding you, and like the dancing is kind of stopped, and he's now just kind of holding you, and he's looking at you with this kind of indiscernible look on his face, and you can really see the pull in the bruises on his skin. It's like, just know you don't have to do anything you don't want to.
I know.
After Jake's wedding, it got me thinking a lot, and I honestly don't think I will marry unless it's for love. Genuine kind of love, you know? I'll see Susie off. I'll make sure she's taken care of and she's okay, but if I can't have somebody that I actually want. And he's looking at you very intently as he's...
Marrying for love is always number one. That's...
He gives you kind of a withering look, and he goes, your prince awaits, my dear.
What?
And he kind of like motions with his head over to where Caleb's standing with pink lemonade, like 2 glasses of pink lemonade, and he's like, got a big smile on his face, but you see that like he's holding these glasses very tightly.
Interesting.
Goes, if you want an excuse or anything, you just let me know.
Sure. I'll give you a signal, a distress signal.
I'll
I'll
do something and I'll notice.
Okay. And by the way, she like leans like a little close for like just whispering, and she says, make sure you wrap your hands better.
I'm not taking boxing advice from you, Willa.
As says the girl who punched you square in the nose that one time.
When we were children.
Just listen, I don't want your hands to get ruined, okay?
He looks down at his hands and then back at you and he goes, I might trouble you to show me how then.
Fine with me?
And he glances back over to where Caleb is and he kind of like stands, gives you a little bow. And he's like, guess I gotta eat more of those sandwiches.
Have fun.
He kind of gives a nod. And Izzy, are you still up in the mezzanine or have you come down to the dance floor?
No, she probably tried to like get down to the dance floor, but like stand in the corner with Lady Charlotte and the young Lord Dirk Dinchen Jr. For 1 cover, 2 excuses, and 3 because her dance card is definitely not full in the slightest, and the only person that would probably dance with her at this point is Benny. Which she probably could try and flag down at some point during this.
I could tell Josh to dance with you. I could tell Josh.
Which she might try. But for cover, I was thinking probably just run over to Charlotte to say that she had definitely 100% been there the entire time.
Yeah, and Charlotte, you see, is painting a portrait of the Queen, Lady Goldsmith, and she is sitting like this, like. And Charlotte kind of looks over and is like, "Oh, Isabella, how is the party? How are you enjoying it?"
Enjoying it quite a bit. How was the art? How was the young lord? As he tries to like bend around. Is he painting the queen as well, or just
he is painting like the bottom corner, like he's painting the scenery as Charlotte is focusing on the portrait, and Charlotte like has like an arm on the top of his head, and she goes, "Oh, he's delightful. He's got a real knack for this. I'm quite pleased, actually, little Duke." And he goes, "It's Dirk." And he looks over at you and he goes, "Is everything all right, Miss Parker? You look a little flushed."
Just a turn on the dance floor. I'm hoping I'm gonna I just wanted to see how the art was arting.
Charlotte kind of smiles and she goes, "Well, Isabella, if your dance card's not open and you want to show the kid the ropes to the dance floor, if you're willing to."
Oh yes, absolutely, Dirk, let's go.
Dirk kind of looks and is like, what?
Like, is he like snatches paintbrush out the hand, like takes the suit jacket off because it's definitely like nuts right size. And probably a passing waiter just like, give me your jacket.
The passing waiter, you notice is Xander. And kind of looks and goes, "My suit jacket. I'm not, no."
Izzy gives him a gold coin to buy him a better, a nice little pound.
Suit jacket.
It's like, thank you so much. And she, Izzy just throws the oversized suit jacket on the back of a chair, and she's like, "This should be your size," and puts it on Dirk Tension, helps him into the jacket.
You see that like dressed down to his like just shirt and his breeches. He kind of cute in that quiet strength kind of way. And he kind of looks and he goes, "A little embarrassing."
Not at all. A good wardrobe makes any man sharp as a tack. Now, when you lead someone out onto the dance floor, especially for a lady, you always lead her in front, as if you are showing her off and placing her on the dance floor wherever you would like her to go.
Sound like
it might change
father.
for each dance, but
he holds out his arm and like is following along, and like you see him kind of like push his shoulders back and like try to stand up a little taller because he is shorter than you.
oh jeez, and Daisy is taller than her.
Mm-hmm. And you see he gets into dance frame and he goes, "I'm sorry, you probably don't actually want to be dancing with me."
Oh, not at all. I'd much rather be on the dance floor with you than most other people here.
Really?
A lot of them are quite insufferable. I'm much too polite to actually say that to anyone, but many of them are.
I mean, yeah, my dad told me to dance with some girl named Lene. And from what I can tell, she seems like a
Lene?
wretch.
Yeah, that is putting it very nicely. Now, don't dance with her. If I were to dance with anyone present, and she lists off probably like the nicer ones.
Yep, you see like Crystal and Susie are like have been promenading around pretty much the whole time.
Yes, both of the ladies over there are very nice. Susie, the one with the darker hair, has a little bit of a bite to her, but I'm sure that she would be completely pleasant. But Crystal is definitely a talker and would carry the entirety of the conversation for you.
I think I'd rather just be painting.
That's also completely fair. Some of these are much more for matchmaking and for showing off, I don't know, clothes, outfits, just to get drunk. There's very little else to do, it seems.
He kind of nods and he goes, "Is that what you want to be doing, is matchmaking?"
No. Matchmaking can be enjoyable in a sense, but it can be much more political than most. That's what I would say. And potentially at times it's not enjoyable to be the one trying to be matched with someone when you have very little options. It can seem like a little snatch and grab, last out on the rack type. But I don't.
He kind of blinks at you and he's like, "But you're pretty."
Well, thank you, Dirk, but sometimes there's much more than that. I've been mainly awkward most of my life. The only one who mainly talked to me was my cousin George, who...
He's the drunkard, right?
Yes, and I was engaged to him last season, unfortunately. But unfortunately, I'm...
You see Dirk kind of goes like, so he's 0 for 2?
Actually, that is right. But it seemed that the best match and the most ideal match was my cousin, and I was much too awkward talking to most other people that I thought this year I needed to change a few things about that specifically. But then I also quickly realized that most of the time is either insufferable to talk to or not nearly as interested as Willa, which kind of sometimes goes hand in hand.
Dirk Jensen kind of like nods along and he goes, "Do you want to show off a little bit?"
In what way?
I'm going to dip you. I will hold you very, very well. But it'll look rather fancy.
I have complete faith in you.
Roll a luck check.
Oh god, no.
Faith in Dirk.
Good numbers. Good numbers. Come on.
Faith in Dirk.
Oh, that is so totally cocked. Hold on. 9.
Yep.
9?
The song like swells to an end and you feel Dirk like lunge forward. His hand like is secure around your back and he dips you very low. So low that you like bend backwards and can see like upside down. Which you see Willa dancing with Josh. You see Caleb holding the glasses of pink lemonade. And you see that Benny is kind of like walking around the dance floor and he meets your eyes and smiles. You also see that Lord Trench is like off to the side, kind of observing everything as well. And he is also looking at you. And you see that there is somebody talking to the Schwartz parents and they look a titter. And you can only see this person's back, but they are in a extravagant gown.
When Izzy gets up from the dip, is there any way she can just roll be vigilant?
Yeah.
About this new person?
Who is this new person?
Ooh, she is very vigilant. She has a 9.
Yep. Let me see the be vigilant questions really quick because I don't have those
I have
memorized.
like new and useful information specifically about
Let's
the
do new and
person with
useful
the dress.
information.
Yeah.
You only see like this woman is wearing an ornate, almost sapphire blue gown. It is gorgeous. It's got a big, like, almost like, you know, those like monitor lizards that have like the big thing at their necks. I think they're monitor lizards, or like they're the lizards that like when they get scared they puff up and it's like a big like shell kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The dress goes up like that into like
Oh.
a shell, and you see that this woman, all she does is kind of turns and laughs as she sips her beverage, and you see that she has just beautiful cascading hair down, and you hear whispers behind you and go,
That Queen Mariana? Is she really at this party?
"Fuck!"
I mean, is Mariana nice though in this universe? Is she uncorrupted?
Do we have, and we've grown up here. Do we have any background knowledge on
Is she a benevolent? Is she a benevolent overlord? What is she?
Did she spend all of her money on
Roll
drugs?
me a mental check. Roll me a mental check, both of you.
Okay. 7.
12. Give it to me. I want the
Willa, you never really cared to listen.
No,
Like
I
you,
didn't.
you know her name is Queen Mariana. You don't know if Queen is her first name, but like, you know, you're just kind of like, yeah, she's apparently big shit. Like whatever. Izzy, you know that Mariana is known about the country as being like the most woman that anyone has seen. She remains unwed, but she is essentially like the Anna Wintour of this country. She judges essentially each ton for their eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. If she says you should dance with that guy, you fucking dance with that guy.
Oh.
She has this kind of chokehold on everybody, being this kind of larger than life social, and has never really been seen in this ton before.
Uh-oh.
So her presence is a big fucking deal.
Perchance is she gonna try to like pair Benny with someone?
Better question. Did she bring some mysterious open bachelor and or bachelorette?
Yes, we need to know. The world.
You don't see anybody beside her.
Maybe in the next ball.
Did she put together the Schwartzes? Or is that before her time? Like, how old is Queen Mariana in this?
She's older. You don't become historic and, you know, well renowned without having a few years
Are we
on
talking like good 60s?
70s.
Say late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pop down, like, I'm gonna do 50s to 60s, because I can't do.
Like, during her courting days, she spent a lot more time matchmaking than focusing on herself.
Okay.
But Izzy, as you are kind of like watching them, you see that Benny starts to walk towards you when a younger girl dressed in blue
Zoe?
floats over to him, and she offers him a hand. And he kind of looks at her and almost enthralled takes it.
It's fucking Zoe!
Oh my god.
Oh no, Zoe, we gotta recruit her. Where's that PowerPoint? Where's the PowerPoint?
Mm-hmm.
The
Where
two
are the
start
stills?
spinning, and Dirk kind of like bows and he goes, "Thanks. I'm gonna go back to painting."
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the intriguing conversation and the wonderful dance.
And he nods and he goes, "My pleasure." And starts to kind of toddle off.
Oh
Izzy, I need you to roll a very quick be vigilant again.
Oh no, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
9. I can do math.
You see that Absalom Trench is coming towards you,
Nope.
but there is also another young man, Nick, who
Nick.
in Diamante Beach played auditioned with you.
That's
In the play.
right.
He got the king's part, didn't he?
He
He got the
did.
king's role, yes. And
Nick.
he's dressed very well. And he kind of looks at you and he kind of squints and goes, Miss Parker?
Lord Nicholas?
Yes, we used to, our mothers shared recipes, I believe, or gardened or something.
I think I remember being brought over to your house a couple Sundays. You have a very grand piano and a large Lincoln log collection?
He smiles and he goes, Yes. How are you?
I'm well. I've gotten much better at the piano, though I don't think that my Lincoln logging has improved at all.
That's okay. If I may be quite frank with you, mine hasn't either. And
Well-
I fear my piano skills have been quite lacking.
Well, I'm sure that you are doing phenomenal in other respects. I haven't heard of you in a while. What has been happening?
Honestly, I've just been kind of focused on myself and my family. It's not the most noble, I know, but I really just wanted to make sure everything was in order before I started all of this.
No, I think that's a very noble cause. I know that many uh, gentlemen don't look into the marriage market until their mid or late 20s, trying to do as you say, go to be educated or set family matters in order. That's not strange and nothing to be ashamed of.
He smiles, and out of the corner of your eye, you see that Lord Absalom is like very quickly approaching.
Would you like to dance?
Oh, yes. Yes. That would yes. And he seems delighted at your forwardness.
Nick could be a safe number 2. I'm just saying, he could be a safe number 2. He could probably be boring as hell. But listen. Options.
Yeah, Izzy's definitely gonna give up her phenomenal, like, star-crossed lovers storyline with, like, potentially live with her life for the guy who played the king in Cinderella in a
For
different
a
universe.
slice of white bread.
He's at least a shield for you for Absalom, okay? He's a very good
He's a very
shield.
convenient shield, and I have to thank him for that. Yes, and
He
yes,
deserves
and thank you.
cookies, at least.
You know what? He probably is not going to be the most boorish ton member category.
No, I don't think so.
He's not going to be anywhere near Willa, so he's going to be better.
What's that supposed to mean?
That he's more interesting, but not a dull little stick in the mud that only wants to talk about the lemonade.
Lemonade. Excellently boiled potatoes.
As the two of you dance, Willa,
Yes.
you see that Caleb has come over to you with these 2 glasses of lemonade, and he hands one to you and goes,
Oh, thank you.
How was Lord Chase?
Well, is there something wrong?
No, I just want to know how he was.
He's fine.
He seemed to be rather forward with you. Was that appreciated?
We're always like this. Like I told you, we've grown up together. It's just how we normally are. You should
He
see
holds
it.
out an arm for you and is like, would you like to promenade?
Sure. And I look at Izzy making a beeline for this random guy that she's never seen before, and she like sees her dance with this guy and not Absalom, and she's like, okay, Izzy's safe for the next 2.5 minutes, so that's fine.
Izzy is safe.
Izzy is safe. So Willa will take Caleb's arm and she'll continue. Listen, that is the most civil that Josh and I have been. You should see us when we play golf on my driving range.
I would like a rematch for our golf game.
I do think that would be rather fun.
Yeah.
And I do believe you may be right. It is nice to have a little dog around, don't you agree?
I'm more of a cat person, but
Caleb smiles and goes,
Interesting. We can see to that.
and he starts to lead you towards the Schwartz parents and Queen Mariana.
where I thought we were promenading. Why are we walking towards?
I'd just like to confirm one thing, if that's okay with you.
Oh, wait.
Can you see this?
Caleb,
Can you see this? Like your mind.
We just gotta add more like yandere looking things and a more yandere face to it.
I'm having him some clenched teeth. I'm adding that in. I'm fixing that real quick. I don't know what. I'm gonna give him some ears, but I didn't know what kind of fucking hair to give him.
Listen, I haven't drawn yandere Caleb in a hot second, so like maybe I should get to that. Anyways, confirming what?
He approaches and he goes,
My queen.
and Queen Mariana turns to you, and she is ethereal.
Yeah.
She shows signs of age, but not in a way that looks bad, per se. She almost has this sort of, like, otherworldly glow about her. And she looks at you. And she looks at Caleb, and she goes, Little McCartney, good to see you. Who is this little piece of candy on your arm?
I give Queen Mariana a very nice curtsy for royal people. Your Majesty.
She chuckles and she goes,
Oh, she's well behaved. That's good.
Willa internally gags at that.
and Caleb goes,
My queen, I would like to know your thoughts on our match here.
Willa, I need you to roll a mystical.
No, that's my worst. Not my worst. That's one of my worst stats. No.
We don't mystical anymore. I thought you told us to get rid of it.
Yeah, I thought you told us to get rid of
Oh, right. We don't have mystical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why I have a +2 to mentals because I don't have my mystical
Even
anymore.
if it's a mental, it still sucks.
No, yeah, it's
Well,
mental.
yeah, but I had to double check because I'm like,
9.
you know.
Oh wait, Nicole gave advantage. Hang on.
Nicole
Yes, do it. Take it.
12.
She looks between the two of you and she goes,
It honestly could work out very well, but it feels as though there's a piece missing. Come back to me when all of you are here.
and she turns back to the Schwartz parents, and Caleb is just kind of standing there, and he looks at you. He looks back, and he looks at you, and it's like,
Missing piece?
would you like to continue promenading?
Sure.
Well, I had hoped to have heard something different, but I am at least glad that Queen Mariana approves of our match. I don't know what could be missing, though.
Missing. Oh my god. Off table, not gonna lie, I was like gonna consider just keeping that mixed success just to see how that would go, because I'm like,
See here. What I thought is that Queen Mariana was going to be like, oh, yes, this is a wonderful match. Just the two of you, and would like basically railroad you into going just for Caleb.
Yep.
And that's what I was going to think. And then the yandere would get a fuck ton worse. Like,
listen, that I low-key still want to explore that, because like, listen, I got safe Caleb. I got good Caleb ending in the first campaign. I said specifically I want to trigger more yandere Caleb in this.
Like, we were like going through the dating scene again, just different version, being like, I want to unlock this.
You have to get all the endings now.
I gotta get all the endings now. I want the yandere version just to see what
But
he's
would
like.
Willa go for a yandere though? But like, would Willa go for a yandere?
No, Willa is smart, but she's like, no, he's fine. She's dumb until the last part of it, probably. She's like, oh wait, no, this is a bad idea. I'm gonna dip.
Like, oh no, he's gonna kill me.
Potentially no yandere Caleb, maybe. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb is holding you rather tightly as he's kind of like mulling on the words. He goes,
Certainly can't be anything missing or a person. It wouldn't work with just more than us.
You're gonna give yourself a headache if you keep thinking about this.
he looks over at you and he goes,
You're right. You're right. I should enjoy the time that we have now.
Indeed.
Your dress is rather lovely.
Thank you. You
I
look.
appreciate all.
Huh?
I appreciate the feathers.
Yeah. It spoke to me at the modiste.
he chuckles and he goes, if I didn't know better, I would think you had the gift of prophecy. Seemed to match a lot of the decor.
That was unplanned. I'd rather not become one of the gaudy decorations here.
No, it's a bit too much, isn't it?
It is. It is.
We can have a much simpler design aesthetic.
We?
He smiles and he goes,
Would you like to dance one final dance?
Sure.
smiles, and he pulls you into his arms, and it's a little bit closer than he was before.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if he's covering up where Josh had held you.
Okay. Okay. Can I just see like where Lene is? Because I know Lene was like eyeing Caleb and just wants to see. What?
If you only
I
keep Yandere and Caleb around long enough to spite the fuck out of Lene and then drop him.
Literally,
Like,
roll
Caleb to
a be
all
vigilant.
me. Ugh.
9.
You see that Zoe has left Benny and Lene kind of slid in, and you see that Benny kind of looked dazed and is just kind of like talking to Lene, like not dancing, but like kind of talking to her.
Weird. Can I want to like throw something at him just to make him snap out of it, but it doesn't seem very ladylike.
Izzy, Nick, you dance a fine dance with Nick. He's just fine.
During the dance with Nick, is there any... Can I roll like a glimpse of the truth or be vigilant, depending on the questions, on like the effect that Benny is now under? And or best way to break him out of that? Because I would assume that Izzy believes that something supernatural, like something put in his tea, fragrance that's hypnotized him or something. I would like
roll
to
your divination, actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
Roll your divination for that.
Ooh, 12.
Beautiful.
A dirty dozen. Hey, that works.
When you were pulling cards for this, one of the cards you pulled was the Tower. Reversed. Which is essentially an upheaval. It is like a massive change of plans. And you see that Benny looks as though he has been clocked. As if a stranger came up to him and knew every little secret he had ever had.
Okay. What's my next card? Did I only draw one?
Yes, you only drew one for that.
Fair enough. Okay. Cool. Izzy, like finishing the dance with Nick, thanks him very kindly, and walks as calmly as she can over to Lord Schwartz, stepping up like between him and Lene. Benny, you're next on my dance card. Are you ready?
Yes. Lene, I'm so sorry. I gotta bounce. He like grabs your hand and like holds you, and Lene looks over and goes, Park? Really?
I'm sorry, is it because you can't get Lord McCartney to look your way? As Izzy like eyes Lord McCartney taking Willa out on said dance floor.
No, I'm just surprised someone of Lord Schwartz's status would want sloppy seconds.
It doesn't make you look any better to speak that so loudly. You should hold your tongue a bit more.
Benny pokes over and goes,
Also better than moldy firsts. Bye.
and he pulls you into a dance and he goes,
Thank you. Thank you. I'm rather unsettled right now.
You must tell me everything that you felt once you saw that girl with the blue hair.
I have never met that woman before. I have never met her before. I have never seen her before. And she knew. She knew I didn't go to war. She knew it was Daisy. She knows that
and he looks over at Sam and then looks back at you and he goes,
she knew that I am rather a rake.
Yes, and that's not a surprise.
No, but
Looking very interesting over at your sister's assistant of sorts.
he's our servant, and Benny looks over and
service you.
he looks back and he goes,
Is the servant servicing you on your request?
Isabella, and he flicks you in the forehead and he goes, I
You
can't
just
in
called
good
yourself
conscience.
a rake.
Yes, but I can't ruin him. See?
But they know about the switch. They might have because of having to dress your sister.
I
Did Sam know? Do they know?
believe they gathered after a while, but Isabella, I still feel the phantom touches of him lacing up that corset on me. I am completely enamored and I can't do anything about it. Isabella, I can't do anything. Because I can't have him lose his station. I can't put them in risk of anything. I have to sit here while they serve everybody sandwiches when all I want to do is just. And this woman knew!
Okay. Now, there is a very clear and rational explanation as to how she knows this. But that's not the explanation that I'm going with, okay? I admitted to your sister that I might be something of a witch. Sorceress, not exactly in that sense.
Benny looks and he goes,
Have I imbibed too much tonight? Am I being punked?
It's Izzy flicks Benny in the fucking forehead this time.
I deserve that. I deserve that.
Okay. Now, there are different types of intentions and ways that you can use this connection within yourself to the outer world and to the parts that we do not know. And I know, I assume anyways, that the aura around that individual must be magical in some nature. This is an upheaval. This is change of plans. Something is trying to force us to bend into their grand ideal. And that lady, whatever her name is part of it.
She said her name was Zoe. What an odd name.
It sounds slightly like Tiffany, but just not exactly. Well,
You hear
wherever this
the sound
lady
of a
came from-
tray clattering as you see Zoe turning away from Sam, who has dropped an entire platter of sandwiches. And Sam looks down and is like scrambling to get them back. And you feel Benny kind of tightens his grip on you a little bit and goes,
I can't help them. I can't help them. I want to help them. I can't do that. What did she say to them?
only way that we can find out is to ask them. But remember the offer that you made me, that you would marry me.
Yes. Yes, of course, yeah.
Would Daisy do the same for you? Would she marry Sam and elope off into the night and become a penniless wench to her parents?
He looks over and he goes, if I asked her, she would.
So it's very important. You know whether or not Sam has a very similar constitution to yours. You best do that and find a way to get them away from them. And Izzy kind of points to Sam, points to like Queen Mariana, who I'm assuming Izzy has brought said mystical individual. Cool.
Oh yeah, and at this point, Queen Mariana is standing with a glass in her hand and like swirling it around, watching everybody. Then he kind of like slumps into you a little bit and he goes, Isabella, my offer still stands because I don't want Daisy to face our parents' ire anymore.
Then what we must do is get her eloped, preferably with someone that is gay and is able to provide for her in different ways, maybe monetarily or not, or we marry by the end of the season and we have a separate room just for Daisy and myself. Secretly.
He nods and he goes, well, I would like my own separate room, please.
Well, of course you're involved in it in one way. You do have to marry me, but and then
He
we
smirks
adopt.
and he goes,
there is no crossing of anything. We are going to adopt.
He nods and he goes, absolutely. Isabella,
I do appreciate
you're
the
beautiful and
attempt,
you're
but
delightful, but
yes, I know it's very obvious. Thank you.
he grins and he goes, atta girl.
It does feel strange to say, but there is a way for all of us to get a happy ending. But we have to plan, stick together, and not have whatever sorcery they are trying to impart onto us with their change of plans and let that affect us. We have to be smarter, we have to be quiet, and work together. And that might start with you figuring out whether or not Sam would say yes to all of this. Because that
Benny
does
looks
include
over
raking his
and-
name through the mud to then marry your sister.
Benny looks over and looks nervous as he's watching Sam pick up everything. And he looks back and he goes, Bella, what if I've misread everything?
At the very least, you can give him a large sum of money and say, I'm so sorry, forget everything. And everyone is still happy. Now, find a way to be next to them because you are a man of the house, and why wouldn't there be a reason you to go ask to see if your servant's okay? Now, go!
Roll to convince someone.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking Benjamin, damn it, Schwartz. It's either that's a 7.
He will do it, but you need to do something to convince him right now.
Do it, or I'll do it for you.
Oh, God. I think you might want to go before they get stepped on.
Oh goodness, you're right. Lene's heading over there. I can't let her. No.
Try and head her off. You go.
Isabella, thank you for the dance. And he kisses your hand and he goes, we'll be in touch. And you see him rush over and start to like pick up Sam by like the shoulders.
There is something that I would really like to do if you would allow me.
Of course. Anything for you.
Lene has a beautiful white dress.
She sure fucking does.
And isn't Lord
Fine,
Schwartz, the senior Schwartz, the older one, have a beautiful red glass of wine in his hand right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Can we spill said wine glass on Lene, please?
Oh, you need to roll for that, my dear.
I
you need to
know.
roll me.
A wedding.
Fucking yeah.
Yes, he has 3 glasses of wine in 2 hands.
He's so
This is
enamored.
where our session ends. It is thematic. It is just scenic. It's beautiful because the last song starts to wane. You see Lene curtsies very deeply to Queen Mariana, who is kind of looking down her nose at her like, okay. And you see that Lord Obadiah turns to clap to the quartet and his glass loops and just spills a sort of red gash across Lene's entire skirt.
Yes.
And she looks down and she lets out a sort of blood-curdling scream, and the room devolves into a bit of chaos until they realize it's just red wine. And then everybody settles into a low hum. As
Oh
the
my
party sort of
God.
ends, we close out, and you ladies feel as though there are going to be folks that call upon you tomorrow per the suggestion and behest of Queen Mariana.